Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 7th of November 2017. I'm Darren Sinden. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter throughout the day by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. A relatively quiet session yesterday, not much follow through overnight, so we'll just flag a couple of points of interest. The euro flirting again with a 116 handle against the US dollar. Cable finding its feet, or the British pound element thereof finding its feet, 130, 167. Sterling was trading against the US dollar shortly before we went live. Dollar yen ominously perched at 114 handle. Since the election we've been thinking that the yen may weaken. Maybe we'll see that now. DXY dollar index 94.78, the dollar pausing for breath for the moment rather than pressing on to that 95 handle. Right, one pair that we've looked at recently in our tables of movers has been the Korean won versus the US dollar. The question I want to pose this morning in chart of the day is, are we at an inflection point for the won? You can see the recent movement, and we're testing back to an area of support. Could we break through here and press on to this lower area below 1100 won? Perhaps. We've also got to consider, though, that we are looking oversold on an RSI basis. So that's one to keep a close eye on, I think, from here, especially with Donald Trump in Korea today as part of his Asian tour. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets. Well, we've had a decision from the Reserve Bank of Australia over interest rates. We'll look at that in a bit more detail in a moment. To come at 7 o'clock GMT, we'll have industrial production data out of Germany. We'll follow that with UK house price data, the Halifax house price survey for October on a month-on-month and year-on-year basis. Italian retail sales will follow at 9 o'clock GMT. And then at 10, we'll have retail sales for September for the whole of the Eurozone. This afternoon, a little bit spartan. We have Red Book data out of the States at 13:55 GMT. Jolts job openings at 1500. And in the afternoon, we'll also hear, I should say, from the Bank of Canada's Governor Pollos, who will be speaking on monetary policy there. Okay, what's the breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight? First of all, then, the Royal Bank of Australia, or Reserve Bank of Australia, even has left Australian interest rates unchanged for the 15th month in a row, at just 1.5%. Meanwhile, staying in Oz, mining stocks in Australia have rallied to a 3-year high on a pickup in iron ore prices. In the UK, October retail sales have slipped according to the British Retail Consortium data released just after midnight last night. Non-food sales have dipped the most for 5 years, says the FT. Donald Trump has left Tokyo and headed to Seoul today for the next leg of his Asian tour. Obviously, it's something of a flashpoint, so we will be keeping a close eye on what happens there. Food for thought then, something for you to take away with you into the trading day. And why not think about this? Credit Suisse has said that we have entered the mature phase of the equity bull market. The question I want to pose here is, are we now starting to see more dispersion between the winners and losers at a sector level in US equities? So the question is, we've had a series of rallies in the S&P and other indices. A rising tide has lifted all boats. Maybe that's now coming to an end and people can be a bit more discerning in their stock selection. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and FX on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks, then please contact your Pepperstone account representative.